Hey all, um, I had done a video. um, I was gonna start uploading it last night, but there was so much noise going on with that outside, the lawnmowers and traffic and everything. Even after editing it, it was it was terrible to me. So I deleted it. So I'm going to do it over again, and in a little different way, I suppose. Um, I had looked at a teleprompter, and because as most of you notice that there's times that I can't think of a word or something like that. So I thought, well, I use a teleprompter, I have the word right there, and everything is just going to be perfect, hunky-dory. Well, guess what? I didn't like it at all. It just, I don't know, seemed so just I guess after a while, if you get used to it, it's probably pretty good, but I just couldn't get used to it, and it just sounded so mechanical. So I'm just going to use my cheat sheets, and we're going to go on from here. What I'm going to start out with is not bumping the camera is one thing, is how the virus, I think, is going in Arkansas. Our positives are up every single day. At least, well, today it was up 300 and something. So it's up at least 300 to 1,000 a day. That's a lot. That's a ton. Now those are positives. So it's not that everybody is in the hospital. Actually, our hospitalizations have gone down a little bit. But as we look at it, the people on ventilators have gone up. And from what I could find right now, people on ventilators only have a 20% chance of survival after they're taken off the ventilator. So it's it's not a good percentage, let me tell you. But that's what I could find out right now, and that's kind of what's going on here, numbers wise, I guess. Walmart and Kroger here, I believe, all over, but at least in Arkansas, have gone with required masks in their store, which is great, which I think should be. Problem is, people go into the store with their mask on, and then when they get in the store, they take their mask and pull it down under their chins. Well, that's not protecting them, and it's definitely not protecting me or my wife or anybody else that they're around. I don't understand when they say that they want them to come into the store with a mask on. It doesn't say then when you're in the store you can take your mask off. But some people, I don't know. Evidently they don't care. And my feeling is I really don't care what they do at home, in their own yards, in their car. But when they're out in public, around me, my wife, other older people, or even younger people that have conditions with their lungs and diabetes and stuff like this, that's where they need to wear their mask. You know, you have to try to protect other people, and the whole big thing is death is the enemy here, not us. We don't want to die, and I don't think you guys want to die either, but I guess I don't get the thinking of it. So please, you know, when you're going into stores, you know, do what they ask. Um, I don't understand how people think they're above what they need to do. Why do they think that it's only for some people and not them? That's, I guess, one of my biggest pet peeves. Um, when we were kids, my sister and I, when my dad or my mother told us to be quiet, it wasn't a suggestion, and it wasn't just for one of us, it was for both of us. So I guess that's my feelings today when Walmart says we require masks in our store. That means everybody, not just the ones that think it's a good idea. I guess, and two, that the people think that they're smarter than the scientists, the experts. How can you guys think that you know more than they do, and you can just take your mask down and say to heck with it? You know, if you don't really care about your own life, please respect my life and my wife's life and other people's lives. If you guys want to go out and die, I guess that's your option. You can sure do that, but don't take me with you. I just, I don't know. Like I said, I can't wrap my brain around the thinking of people that say, well, you know, it's good for everybody else, but I don't have to. So it's just, I guess I'll get off of that and go on. There's so many other things. One of the biggest ones is the kids in the schools. It is, there's so many kids coming up with the coronavirus. Last time I heard, it was over 350,000 children in the United States that were diagnosed with COVID-19. That's a heck of a lot of kids. 97,000 of them were in the last 2 weeks of July. The testing had 97,000 children in 2 weeks. And then Georgia says, go to school. And the governor says, man, it's going so great. Not really. He's one of the hardest hit states, Georgia. There's a place that has, I believe, it's 1,000 or maybe more now, kids, teachers that are in quarantine. I guess they don't understand that children can pass it on, no matter what people in Washington say. Children are not immune. They can still get it, and they can still transmit it. So you figure over 350,000 kids have been infected. Now, they go home to mom, dad, grandpa, grandma, aunt, uncle, cousins, whoever, and give it to them. That's a good thing. I don't know. It almost seems to me like they're using children as guinea pigs to see what will happen when they get the kids in school and go home to everybody. Well, children are getting bad too. I wouldn't put my child through it. If I still had children in school, and the wife and I, 5, I would do anything in the world I could do to keep them out of that school system, out of that breeding ground for this COVID-19. I would sell my truck so I could hire a teacher to homeschool them. That's my truck. That's my baby. But I would do that to keep my kids away from this virus. And I don't understand the parents getting all upset about the places that say that they don't want the kids to go face to face right now. Wow, are you that cold-hearted that you want to send your kid into that situation? To me, that's not being a parent. That's wanting to get rid of your children so you can do whatever you have to do during the day and not them. Remember, you had them children. They're your responsibility now. You know, man, I guess I shouldn't preach to other parents, but I wouldn't put my kid through it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And if you look at it, isn't that a super spreader cell? I mean, you get these kids, they might not be sick at all. Probably most of them don't even know they have it, but yet they can spread it. So that's a super spreader. So I'm just not convinced that it's the right thing to do. So we'll go on with that, and but stop using our kids for guinea pigs, please. That's not what they were born for. Churches. Wow. What can I say about churches? They're supposed to be the places that are protecting everybody. They're supposed to wrap their loving arms virtually, not figuratively, virtually around their congregations and protect them. Not open your doors and bring them all in and sit in a church where the circulation of the air is probably almost nil, and learn from the past. Look what happened to the churches and the choirs and stuff that got together in the past. The one choir, can't remember the amount, 40 people, whatever it was, 30 some of them come up with COVID-19, 2 or 3 of them died. Wow, that's, to me, whoever got those people together, that's on their heads. That's on their heads. So you get ministers that are calling in their congregations to the church. To me, that's not loving people. And then you have a minister that said, God told me I could. I have a secret. God didn't tell you that, buddy. I don't like lying. And that's one of the biggest lies you can ever tell, is that God talked to you. I'm very religious myself, but I know for a fact God does not talk to people. We'll let that go now too. Politics and religion, not good things to argue about. Bikers. Sturgis, South Dakota. Been there a few times. Love the Black Hills. They're just north of the Black Hills. Great area, beautiful area. I just don't know 300,000, I think, people they're expecting there, or are there, or were there. Don't even know if it's over with yet. And we have our local airplane coming over. Our airport is right over there. Oh, that's our helicopter. Sorry about that noise, but it's a very busy airport for as tiny as it is. But anyway, let's go on to get at the bikers. They interviewed some residents of Sturgis, and they were hoping that they were going to cancel the Sturgis Days out there, the rally, but of course they didn't. Just going to have to wait to see what happens out of that one. I know there's some people in Sturgis that are really scared about it. But the only thing you can do now is sit back and hope for the best. And the hospitals and doctors, I know they're going, oh Lordy, what are we going to do if this thing takes off horribly? But anyway, we'll let that go. And too, one of the last things I want to say is RVers. Watched some RVers on YouTube the other night, I should say. They say they got out of lockdown, whatever, you know. But they're traveling all over the countryside, state to state to state, area to area to area. They had a thing where they showed the kids in the playground, all the kids running around, 50, 60 kids, playing, touching, playing tag, you know, and all this good stuff, and drinking out of the same fountain, all that stuff. Mom and dad running around, no mask, no social distancing. Do these guys think that they're going to a place that this COVID-19 isn't? Sorry, but COVID-19's everywhere. Everywhere. And I guess I don't understand the attitude that, well, we can get in our RV now and travel the countryside. Think it's safe? I don't. Well, I'm going to get off of this now. Wife and I are doing pretty good. Her pain is still unbelievable. I mean, I am at my wit's end trying to figure out what I can do, which is nothing, because there's no way I can take the pain away. I'm going to get going on finishing our story here pretty soon. Probably next video I'll include a little piece of our story. But I'm doing pretty good. My COPD's been doing pretty decent. Might take a lot of stuff for it, but actually there's 4 things I take for inhaling, things that I take for my lungs. But anyway, I don't have the pain, and that's what's agonizing for Linda. So remember that we pray for you guys. We love you all, and we just want this over with. But the biggest thing to remember is death is our enemy, not everybody else. So please think about that. Death is the enemy. And at the end of this thing, I got one little video of Linda playing with something, and a couple pictures of our hibiscus that we planted this spring. Thought I'd include that for a little light ending to the video. So thank you guys for listening, and remember, we do love you all.